Hold on tight, Mr. Wallace. Celebrity MasterChef is back. 20 celebrities in the MasterChef kitchen. One trophy up for grabs.
If I don't win, then it's because someone else cheated, so...
We got sports stars, singers, comedians, actors, but can they cook?
Has anybody ever walked off MasterChef just halfway through going, no, I'm not doing it?
Anything I do, I always put my all into it, and I want to be the best.
Polish your spoons, sharpen your knives, loosen your trousers. We are about to find some talent.
These 5 celebrities are taking on the challenge to become the next MasterChef champion. Only the best cooks will make it through.
I did a lovely dinner the other day. It tasted gorgeous, but it looked like something the dog had thrown up.
Cooked for the band the other night in the studio while we were making our album. I had empty plates, so that was a good sign.
Under pressure, I'm absolutely rubbish. Cry, I throw a tantrum. I'm very hot-headed. A lot of chefs swear in the kitchen.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Whee! All right, that's my biggest strength. I bring good vibes to the kitchen. I think that's all I can say.
Okay. The idea that I'll start cooking very shortly does make me quite tense. I already feel the butterfly in my stomach.
John, Greg, I love you.
Oh, stop trying to get brownie points back there.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. Genuinely.
Welcome to a brand new Celebrity MasterChef competition. We may have some serious culinary talent in the kitchen here today. Who knows?
Sorry.
This first round we call Under the Cloche. In front of you, there is that lovely dome there. And under that cloche, you have an ingredient. Ladies and gentlemen, please reveal your ingredient.
Oh, fuck. I got the most famous emoji known to mankind.
What have you got there, Paul?
I've got some mushrooms.
Oh, lovely.
I love my mushrooms.
I don't know what that is. I don't know if you've got a baby bird.
What we'd like you to do is cook a dish that showcases that ingredient. You will have 1 hour, and you can use whatever you like from this larder behind us. Ladies and gentlemen, come up and collect your ingredients.
Wow.
Okay.
I was vegan for 8 months. I used an aubergine once, so let's see what I can do with it this time.
Yeah. Do you know what you're doing there?
Nope.
Neither
do you?
No.
Based on the ingredients that I've been given, I have to make a dessert.
Would that work? I don't know what works. Would that work? Yeah, that may work. I've never gutted a fish before, so that'll be fun.
Usually I have a recipe, so it's really easy, but it's not so easy today.
Oh, I always need a bit of white wine, don't you? With some fish. Never done it before, but might as well try it.
Done, Paul?
Just about, I think.
1 hour to showcase that ingredient and your culinary talent. Celebrities, off you go.
Okay, it's fine.
Come off, come off, come off. Stupid thing. Ah, there it goes.
This under the cloche is very much a lottery. If you get an ingredient you've never cooked with before, you've never eaten, or actually you really dislike, then it's going to be an uphill struggle.
Our 5 now have to hold their nerve.
Did you chop the head off first, Paul? Oh, God, mate, stuff's coming out of it.
All it will do, mate, is blood.
I don't know what that is.
It's going to give us an insight as to whether they actually cook at home quite a lot.
Right, put it in there. I'm gonna... It don't fit. Right, I'm gonna...
Originally from Devon, reality star and former lettings manager Faye Winter found fame on Love Island in 2021.
You all right, Faye?
Yeah, why?
Because you looked a bit nervous. You all right?
I'm a bit nervous.
Do you know what that bird is called?
I think it's a chicken.
It's a pusa.
A pusa. OK, so I'm going to just put it in the oven with some bits stuffed in it.
How long?
Don't know. Until the juices run clear.
Boom.
Yes.
You've got a plan.
Yes.
My style of cooking is very much good home food. My dad was a lorry driver. Like, he is used to, like, big meals, what I call, like, big blokes' meals. Like. OK, I'm just going to put it in and hope for the best. We'd rather go to a pub with pub grub than we would fine dining.
Faye, how are you?
It's weird because I'm with people that I know, like I've seen on TV, like I grew up maybe fancying Danny a bit, like, do you know what I mean? And now it's like, oh my God, I'm here with them. I've never done anything like this before. And then I got given a whole big baby bird.
Right, and what's the rest of the dish going to be, do you know?
I'm going to do some little potatoes with it, with some chilli. I don't actually like chilli, I can't actually have any heat. I don't know how much to put on it or not. And I've done like a satay sauce.
How do you plan on dividing the chicken?
I think I've seen my mum carve the turkey, so I'm just going to maybe use a smaller knife. I'll work it out.
Faye got a poussin, a small chicken. She's put lemon juice across the top with salt and pepper. That could be really tasty. Just hope that chicken is cooked properly all the way through. My concern is she doesn't eat chilli, which means that somehow she's going to work out how spicy to make those potatoes.
Still not sure what I'm doing here, but I think I'll be OK.
Actor and comedian Paul Chuckle is best known for being one half of the famous comedy duo The Chuckle Brothers and starred in the much-loved children's television series Chucklevision for over 2 decades.
Garlic. I'm very relaxed cooking. Everybody enjoys what I cook. I like egg and chips. It's my favourite. Everyone can't beat it with bread and butter. But the MasterChef kitchen is going to be a completely different thing. So I'm a little apprehensive on how I'm going to get through the rounds.
Paul, you got mushrooms. How do you feel about that?
I'm just chopping everything up and hope for the best, and I hope you're not poison you.
What are you going to do with it once you've chopped it all up?
Mushroom soup, hopefully.
It doesn't sound like a bad idea to me, mate.
But to you, not to me.
To me, to you.
Yes.
To me, to you. Do you do much cooking?
I do a lot of cooking at home, yes. It's like when you're doing a painting, you know, you start off with a blank canvas and end up with something that tastes really beautiful.
Cream of mushroom soup. I don't mind that at all, actually. On the side, we've got some little bits of toast as well. It sounds good.
Perfect.
But mushroom soup can be really bland. If Paul hasn't cooked those mushrooms down really well with lots of onions and lots of seasoning, it could just taste really wishy-washy of water.
20 minutes gone.
20 minutes gone?
Yeah,
Wow.
20 minutes gone.
I'm happy with myself.
Musician Danny Jones has been singer and guitarist of record-breaking pop band McFLY since 2004 and is also a judge on The Voice Kids UK.
Yes. I almost put too much expectation for myself. You know, oh, I'm going on MasterChef, I've got to learn how to do veloutés and purees and jellies and all this. My wife just said to me, just keep it simple, do what you love doing.
You've got the fillets off the fish without tearing them.
Yeah. I don't know whether there's much fish left on that, but...
Is that the first time you've ever filleted a fish?
First time ever.
It's not a bad start, Danny.
OK, thank you, mate.
So are you the cook in the house?
I would say so, yeah. I can cook for my missus and we sit down, we chat, and that's our time. I think it's important.
Cooking for someone is a real show of love, right?
Yeah, totally. I just hope these will come out all right. We'll see, because cooking fish is hard, isn't it?
Danny's ingredient was a sea bass, loads of garlic and butter, and a little bit of lemon juice. Brilliant. He's fried off lots and lots of crispy chorizo. That's great. On the side, we're going to get some rice. It needs to be free-flowing, and it needs to be lovely and soft and not hard in any way at all. As long as he cooks the fish quickly, he's going to be fine. Because that piece of fish is going to take just minutes, and I mean minutes.
Hope he likes garlic. There we go.
Kay Kurd is a British-Iranian stand-up comedian. He performs in front of sell-out crowds after making his name at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in 2017.
If I could sum up my cooking in a sentence, I would say, tries to be in touch with his roots, but realises pasta's easier. Well, I've made some rice. I tried to sort of make some, like, soup or something to go with it, like a little curry kind of thing, but we'll see how that goes. You've cooked aubergine before? Well, my mum used to cook it a lot. Aubergine's used in a lot of Middle Eastern dishes, but I never sort of ever asked her how to do it, to my detriment. What are you hoping for from the competition? Bit of fun, to be honest with you, and to get better at cooking, because it is a life skill that everybody needs to have. But I have been nervous. You will relax into this. The first round, I think, is always the toughest. A bit like your first ever gig, right? Of course, yeah.
OK, he's putting aside a pot, some water, tomato puree, some thickly sliced aubergines, paprika, chilli powder, spinach and potatoes. And he's boiling it. Boiling an aubergine, it's an unusual way to cook it. It could be very, very slippery. What Kay's going to do is make sure there's plenty of seasoning with those aubergines.
15 minutes left. 15 minutes.
Fluent in 4 languages, lawyer and media personality Nancy Dell'Olio has lived all over the world, but is best known for her appearances on Strictly Come Dancing and Celebrity Big Brother.
Nancy's ingredient, Bramley apples. She's making a little pot of apple puree. On top of that, she's made a custard of types by using milk, eggs and sugar. And then she's put across the top of that some dried apricots and some honey. Could be delicious. The issue for Nancy is texture.
Nancy, you've had a very glamorous life. Do you do a lot of cooking?
I do prefer somebody cooking for me, and I go to many the beautiful restaurants.
So if I said, what does Nancy like to make for dinner, you would say a reservation.
Well, exactly. That's the first thing. I enjoy my food. There are some dishes that I think that I'm quite good. I'm going to try to do my best.
It's the big one. We're going in for the fish now.
I'm just worried about my chicken. I'm not sure if it's cooked.
You have 5 minutes left.
Oh, wow.
Get it up. Get it on plates. Come on.
That's not cooked at all.
I like the fact you keep your head. Well done.
Here we go.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
You have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left.
This is the last little bit going on top. Look like a professional here, you know.
Oh, my God, why am I shaking?
30 seconds. 30 seconds, please.
Right. There we go.
That's it. Your time's up. Well done. Well done.
I've not tasted it, though. That's the only problem, but...
You haven't tasted it?
No.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
I know.
Disaster, but there we go.
Faye, come up to the island. Love it.
Reality TV star Faye has cooked garlic and lemon roasted poussin, served with crispy chili potatoes, buttered asparagus, and a satay sauce.
You don't taste chilli, right? You don't like chilli. So you haven't tasted those potatoes?
No.
They are roasted to perfection. They are really lovely and crisp on the outside. There's a flavour of chilli. I really like that. I love your satay sauce. It's creamy, it's crunchy. I could eat that all day.
Your poussin is cooked beautifully. The skin maybe could be a bit crispier, but you put lemon juice across the top, so it's slightly sharp. It's really well seasoned. The asparagus is cooked very, very well. I think you've done a great job, and it's a really good start.
I feel like a massive weight's been lifted. It's like, OK, you can trust yourself, or you can do a little bit more. Yeah, I feel really good.
Well done, Faye.
Thank you.
Comedian Paul has used his main ingredient to make mushroom, potato and cream soup, topped with crispy bacon bits and served with garlic toast.
The mushroom soup is nice and mellow. On top of that, though, you get this lovely burst of salty bacon and cream. There's a ferocious amount of garlic on this toast. I like it a lot.
Oh, thank you.
It's really good.
That's yummy.
Thank you.
It's a nice, smooth soup. It's got lovely earthy freshness of all the mushrooms.
Oh.
Paul, you're a bit of a cook, my friend.
Thank you very much. Comments were fantastic, brilliant. A really nice feeling. It's like passing an exam at school, you know, but I didn't pass many of them, so...
Musician Danny pan-fried his sea bass in lemon and garlic and topped it with chilli and spring onion. It's served with coriander rice, tomatoes, asparagus and crispy chorizo.
You cook that fish really nicely with lovely crispy skin. Rice is cooked well, little bits of spice from the chorizo around the outside. You've got nice ideas, your presentation's pretty good. I think you can cook.
Oh, thanks. Yes.
I've eaten all of your fish fillet and most of your rice, and that in itself tells a story.
Wow. I'm chuffed. I'm chuffed.
Oh, well done.
Thanks.
Amazing.
Yeah. To hear comments like that from two, you know, MasterChef legends just fills my heart with happiness.
Comedian Kay has made aubergine, spinach and potato stew, flavoured with chilli, paprika and tomato paste. Served with rice.
An aubergine, when you boil it, it acts like a sponge. You just need to put more spice in there, because otherwise we've just got a spongy aubergine with some tomato and some paprika.
Your rice is perfect. It's lightly seasoned, it's nice, there's almost like a nuttiness to it, it's lovely. The good thing is your vegetables are cooked, but so many more things you could do than chuck it all in a pot.
Yeah.
Do I think I'll cook with aubergine again? Probably not for a long time.
Media personality Nancy has baked Bramley apple in honey and lemon custard and topped it with dried apricots, served with cream.
Nancy, it's an interesting creation. I like it because the Bramley apples are lovely and sharp. I've got the creaminess coming from the custard. The issue for me here is that I'd like some pastry with that, because at the moment, what I have got is quite mushy.
I like the flavours so much. I've eaten actually half your pot, but it has no texture.
I'm quite surprised with myself, I have to say. I'm pleased because I've been inventive and something, and then and they like it.
Go and take a break. We've got a fantastic challenge for you coming up. We're going to take you off to an exotic location. Off you go. Ooh. Off you go. Go on.
Today's quite tough.
I'm impressed with all of them, actually. They're full of energy. I'm excited about these 5.
How nerve-wracking was it?
I'm exhausted. I'm ready for bed.
I'm really looking forward to the next round. Bring it on.
That is over, and good luck for all of you for the next one.
Have to cook again.
Oh, South Korea.
Oh, wow.
Oh, now then.
Oh, my gosh.
We call this the street food challenge. In front of you is a dish which is popular throughout Korea.
We want to test your palate. We want to see how many ingredients you can identify. There are around 20 ingredients in that dish. Use your eyes, use your nose, taste it, write them down. 5 minutes, off you go.
Right now, our 5 celebs are tasting Korean fried chicken,
That is delightful.
kimchi slaw, and a chili sauce.
It's so spicy, and I can't do that.
My palate skills, they're awful.
The easiest ingredient to identify on that plate are the chicken wings.
There's a particular part of the chicken.
These are wings. Oh, do I need to put that?
Those chicken wings are first marinated in ginger, then coated in corn flour, then deep fried so they go lovely and crispy on the outside.
That's incredible. This is the sauce.
Korean fried chicken always comes with a spicy sauce on the side.
What's in there, do you know?
In that sauce, there's strong flavours of sesame oil, garlic, ginger.
I know there's soy sauce in there, but don't tell anybody else.
Chili. There's something else sweet that I can't identify.
But there's also the magic Korean ingredient called gochujang. It's a paste made from chili. It's both sweet and it's sharp and it's also slightly hot.
All I can taste is heat.
That chicken has to have a coating on it, so the same sauce goes on the outside and then it's still crispy underneath.
The sauce is on the side, and I think it's the same glaze.
The key ingredients in the kimchi slaw are chili flakes, sugar, fish sauce, garlic, and brined white cabbage.
That's onion. It's definitely onion.
What kind of cabbage?
Oh, brined cabbage. Oh, brining it is salt, isn't it? Salt. I'll go rice vinegar and cabbage.
Don't eat spicy food, so I can't taste it.
Faye's identified all the things she can see. In the kimchi sauce, she's got carrot and spring onions, cabbage.
I think there's aubergine in there.
Where she's seen an aubergine, I'm not quite sure.
This is the hardest challenge ever for me.
Nancy seems quite confused by the dish.
What is this? No, this is the sauce, no?
Nancy's probably written down about 8 ingredients out of about 20.
So many other ingredients I can't identify.
Sticky chicken.
Paul seems to be loving this whole experience.
Now this you should try.
His list is actually quite extensive.
The chicken has got chili, soy sauce, sesame seeds, honey, spring onion.
He hasn't got all the ingredients exactly right, but he's most certainly got the flavour profiles right.
I think that's how you spell it.
I've got a terrible palate. I can't work out what flavours are in anything.
I want Kay to believe in himself a little bit because his list is not necessarily comprehensive. However, he's got things like red cabbage and onions in there.
Is that lettuce?
Quite sweet and thick, so soy sauce.
I'm really impressed with Danny. He may have the most extensive list in the kitchen.
Fish sauce, maybe?
He can taste fish sauce in that kimchi sauce. Good on him. He's got a great palate.
It's gotta be.
Done, eh? I've got the lot there, I know I have.
Now that you've tasted it, we want you to cook it.
No.
At the other end of your bench, there is a cloth. Would you mind lifting that cloth, please?
Oh.
We have separated each individual part into those different trays. There are all the ingredients that you need to make the dish, and also some that do not belong. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour Let's cook.
Pretend I'm cooking for my wife or my mates at home. Nice and chilled.
In the one tiny...
Okay. I'm a little bit lost because I don't have to fry it and then marinate.
We need to marinate that chicken first to make sure there's lots and lots of flavour around the outside of it. We've also put a chilli on that tray.
There is no chilli in the marinade, and I think that's a really tough one because lots of ginger is hot, like a chilli.
I've never sliced one of these in my life. I don't think there's any of that on there. I'm going to get rid of this.
I don't know what the ginger's doing on there, if I'm being honest with you.
OK.
I have no clue. No idea.
How is the flour going to stick to the chicken wings?
Just a little sugar.
On the tray with the ingredients for the sauce, we've also put chipotle paste and brown sauce, which is a condiment.
I think there's brown sauce in it.
Chipotle paste.
With the Korean dish, they're not going to get chipotle, which is from Central America, and they're not going to get brown sauce, which is on the breakfast table in the UK.
But I'm going to have to taste it in a minute and see if it matches.
Making the slaw now. Sort of felt I could taste a little bit of apple in it.
In that slaw, there's nothing sweet in there. There's most certainly no apple in there.
Probably totally wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think it'd taste nice anyway.
Kimchi's usually fermented for a number of days, but what they've got there is brine cabbage, which makes it go lovely and soft.
Oh, I didn't mean to put that whole bit of salt in. Oh, no. I'm stressed.
But the cabbage has not been boiled.
I was just testing to see if this had been cooked at all, but it's crunchy. No cooking needed.
Have you had coleslaw before?
No, I never tasted. The taste of that, this is terrible.
Terrible?
For me, of course, for my taste.
Brining, I think, is water and salt, or salt on something. So I'm just leaving it to soak until I'm ready to kind of take it out.
They've got to make sure they wash the brine off that cabbage, otherwise it's going to be really salty.
Celebrities, you are halfway. Halfway to a Korean masterpiece.
The sauce. I don't really know if I've done it right or not, and I can't taste anything else other than the spice. I'm struggling here.
She can still look at the dish, she can still smell the dish. There's no reason why she can't complete the task.
This smells more barbecue. How do you get a barbecue? Soy? Oh.
It's the ginger and the corn flour together. Trying to sort of make it into like a batter.
Kay's got a really nice coating on the outside of his chicken wings. Lashings of ginger.
Hopefully, if I fry them now, they'll look good.
Nancy right now is cooking her slaw.
I don't know what I'm doing here. It is the right way anyway.
Surely she can tell by the crunch, the texture, that it's all raw.
I don't clue in a way what to do, but I try to use the same ingredients, but probably is wrong. Okay.
Looks the same, right? Same size?
Danny seems to be preparing his chicken really well.
Oh, come on.
He knows there's corn flour on the chicken wings to make them crispy.
Yeah. We like that. I think it's getting there. Let me just taste it again. I don't think that's got chipotle paste in it, because this seems quite smoky.
Danny realised that chipotle shouldn't be in there because it's become too strong and too smoky.
I'm annoyed at myself with the sauce.
Because of the chipotle?
Because of the chipotle.
Yeah, it tastes just like that. Horrible.
You cooked it?
We're not supposed to.
Have you ever made coleslaw before?
Only with mayonnaise.
Yeah? Did you cook it?
No mayonnaise. No. Shall I start again? He's told me off. I better start again, hadn't I?
Paul's making a second batch, but he still hasn't brined the cabbage.
You've got 15 minutes, please, celebrities. 15 minutes. I tell you what, it smells good in here.
You're good to me.
They are all in. I never thought I could make some Korean street food.
Yours are a lot bigger than the ones on that plate.
Yeah. Should have been cut this earlier. Putting it, yes.
I wouldn't
smaller.
try it now, you might burn
No,
your...
no, I'm not gonna try now. My God.
How does it smell?
Smells like this one.
Can I try it?
Smell it.
Almost.
Almost?
Almost.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's missing because I've put it all in together now.
You've got 5 minutes left.
5 minuti, va bene?
Come on, Jonesy. It's intense, isn't it?
I run out of the sauce. Can I borrow some sauce?
You can borrow some sauce if you want, yeah. Do you want...
Does that look good or does it look good? Well, to me, up to you.
I know it's a disaster.
That's it. Stop. Well done.
Yamo sunshine.
I made some in.
So I'm playing the guitar, what are you playing?
Towel. I'll play the towel.
Even though you believed you couldn't do it at the start, we have got 5 plates. And it's remarkable how all the plates are pretty similar.
What you cooked for us here was Korean fried chicken with kimchi slaw. The sauce made with gochujang. That's where the smoky flavour comes from. It doesn't have brown sauce in it, and it doesn't have chipotle in it. The slaw should always be raw. You don't cook it.
First plate, that's you, Faye, right? Come on.
I think I've just been for a swim in the sea.
I love your chicken.
Oh, thanks.
It's sweet, probably a little bit sweeter than it should be. That's fine by me. There's a smokiness to it as well. There's some chili heat on it, even though you don't taste it. I think you've measured that quite well. Your chicken is good.
The sauce on the outside is more of a barbecue sauce. It's very, very sweet, and that's coming from that brown sauce. Your slaw, as well prepared as it may be, is a bowl of salt water and vegetables. It's really salty.
I put the whole thing of salt in, yeah.
You brine it, then you wash the brine away.
Oh, OK. It was super rewarding to see it and be like, oh, my God, I actually done that, and I have no idea what it tastes like.
Dear, oh dear. I thought brined cabbage was the name of the cabbage. I didn't realise you had to brine it in salt and water and stuff, so that's wrong.
Chicken is nicely cooked. That sauce isn't quite right.
Your sauce tastes to me more like a sort of Chinese hoisin sauce, which says to me lots of soy and sesame oil, rather than being the chili paste. First lot of slaw you cooked. The second lot you didn't cook. You shredded that cabbage. You didn't brine it, but actually the shredded cabbage with all those chili flakes in there and the fish sauce is delicious.
It's like going in front of the headmaster at school, isn't it? Yeah, not having any experience at all with Korean food, I think I've done pretty well. I really do. Nobody else does, but I do.
I'm surprising myself with how well that went. But you never know, it could taste like rubbish.
You like a bit of salt with your salt? Your slaw, I love the texture. The flavours are pretty good. It's too salty.
I forgot to wash the brine off.
Your chicken is crispy on the outside, cooked all the way through and lovely and moist.
That sauce is pretty good, mate. A little bit of chili heat. There is a smokiness from the chipotle. Even though it's not right, I really like it.
Really?
Yeah, I think the chicken and the sauce is fantastic.
Wow.
As long as you don't go anywhere near your slaw, you're fine.
I messed up a tiny bit, but I think my chicken and my sauce saved me. I didn't wash the brine.
Bet you're looking forward to this, Nancy, aren't you?
Oh, yes, can't wait.
It's your turn.
The slaw you've cooked, and that sort of tastes like a stewed Asian red cabbage dish, which is a bit unusual.
I knew that was not exactly what you're expecting.
And the sauce, it's more Japanese teriyaki flavour, of sort of sweetness of sugar and soy sauce and lots of sesame oil.
You have made me a great chicken dish. Unfortunately, it's not the one we gave you to make. You've made your own one.
And I'm rebel, and I always want to do my way.
Rather than the Korean fried chicken, you've done a Nancy fried chicken.
I'm proud that I made it. I'm happy with my results, even if it was Nancy recipe.
I'm terrified. I don't know why.
The way your chicken looks is fantastic. Love the vibrant colour of it. Really like your chicken. I mean, like, really like your chicken. Your chicken wings, you marinated in loads and loads of ginger first. The outside coating is properly crispy. And on the outside, this wonderful sticky sauce. Great.
Lovely crunch on the cabbage in your slaw. It's just a little too salty. If you could have got rid of some of the salt, I think you'd have had almost the perfect dish.
Thank you. Thank you. If you'd have told me to cook Korean fried chicken wings this morning, there's no way I would have been able to. But the fact I went and done it, yeah, that's mind-blowing, man. I'm like, really proud of myself.
2 challenges down, 1 challenge left. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. We will see you soon.
Night, sleep well. We will. Cheers.
We have really put our 5 through their paces.
I think they've got a lot of promise.
That was so mentally challenging. It was unbelievable.
It is terrifying, isn't it? And when they make a little face and you're going, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
If there's one person I'm really impressed with here, it's Danny. Danny cooked his fish beautifully and actually had a really good go of this Korean chicken dish.
Really solid cooking. His food tastes good.
I love Paul's enthusiasm. Tell you what, I think he's a cook. He didn't get the sauce quite right on his Korean chicken, but his mushroom soup was really, really good. Nancy doesn't want to follow rules, does she?
No.
The only rules that Nancy wants to follow is her own.
Her Korean chicken wings tasted more like teriyaki, but that apple custard actually tasted delicious.
I think Faye's got real promise.
Crispy potatoes, nicely cooked piece of chicken, and a good satay sauce. A good sauce with a Korean fried chicken. I mean, she's got what it takes, I think.
Kay did not get off to a good start. His dish wasn't great. However, I think he redeemed himself with the quality of his fried chicken in this round.
Top of the class is Danny, mate. Like,
No way.
sous chef over here.
I was winging the whole thing. Excuse the pun.
Someone does go home today. I'm a fiery character. They haven't seen that side of me yet. If they try and kick me out, then it might come out.
I am feeling very excited. Already done things that I didn't think I could do.
First couple of challenges, I enjoyed them. I'm looking forward to cooking my own food, but not if they don't like it.
You never know how you're going to perform. Every time is different. So I'll try again to do my best.
Trying to think of it as a gig. So I'd be like, OK, get a bit hyped up before we go on. Ready to give it my all.
Hello again.
Wow.
You 5 have cooked really well so far, but now we're going to taste the food that you love to cook.
We want from you your best dinner party dish. As if me and John were coming round for dinner. Impress us.
You have 1 hour. Make it wonderful, because at the end of this, one of you is going home. Let's cook.
So,
Bit over your left shoulder with the right hand.
your right hand.
Right hand, left.
There we go. Oh, here we go again. Cookie for John and Greg. I just hope I get that weird laugh that Greg does. I love that. You know when he goes like that?
Danny, what's your dinner party dish?
I do a Wagyu fillet with chimichurri, crushed potatoes, and a charred cabbage on the side.
Nice.
As soon as I was 17 and got in a band and I was travelling the world and trying new foods, the first time I had Wagyu was in a teppanyaki restaurant in Japan. And it blew my mind. And I fell in love with Argentina and all the flavours of that part of the world, so...
So as a dish, this means quite a lot about you and your life.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of your graduation into food. Is that fair to say?
100%.
Danny loves Argentina. He loves the food of Tokyo. He's brought the two together.
Lots of lovely fine fat running through Danny's steak, and he's got to cook it properly because that fat has got to break down into the meat.
Juicy, and I want that to rest as long as possible.
Chimichurri sauce made with white pepper, vinegar, water and dried thyme. That's wonderful. The dish should be delicious.
Get these in a pan.
Paul is doing a salmon Wellington. Piece of salmon, which he's then got cheese and spinach, wrapped in puff pastry. Hopefully that salmon doesn't leach out too much water, that puff pastry in the bottom becomes soggy. He wants to serve with a hollandaise sauce. Should be acidic and buttery at the same time, but it can go wrong really easily.
Fingers crossed it all turns out all right for him. Is this a tried and tested dinner party dish for you?
Yes, it is. Everybody loved it. And each time I cook this, I have to have beans on toast myself because I don't like fish.
So you actually sit around a table, they have a salmon Wellington, and you have beans on toast?
Yeah, they're having a great time. I'm not.
You're brilliant. You're doing a huge amount of work here.
I want to impress you. The hardest thing to get right with this is to get it done within the hour. At home, you take as long as you like. But here, Greg and John want it bang on time, you know, not half an hour late. Isn't that nice? Who's the champ? Not me.
I can't get it out. Just a bit there. Oh, there you go. Cracked it. So, I'm doing ginger and white chocolate New York City cookies with clotted cream ice cream on the side.
What's a New York City cookie?
So they're like the large ones that are like gooey still in the middle. I'm a sucker for something sweet. Me and my dad love ginger nut cookies, and we just love dunking them in tea. He says these are too sweet for him, but I don't think anything's ever too sweet.
My cookies, they're always on constant demand in the house. Also, as well, I feel really fancy if someone comes over and I'm like, I want one of my homemade cookies, hon. So if Greg and John don't like them, don't want to eat, I'm going to be heartbroken.
I didn't put my timer on. I set it and I didn't press start.
I'm always impressed by anybody on here who makes ice cream properly. It's got to be really creamy and luxurious. But white chocolate and ice cream, John, that is really sweet. Maybe even a little bit too sweet for me.
Nancy, what do you always have in your fridge in case you need to cook something?
You want the official answer?
Yes, please.
Make sure there's a plenty of water, champagne, and wine. That would be in my fridge.
Good for you. Nancy is doing melanzane parmigiano.
Classic Italian, layers of aubergine, tomatoes, mozzarella. But she's frying the aubergine with egg and flour on the outside of it. Never seen that before.
Of all the dishes you could have done, why have you chosen this one?
Frosted, I learned this with my mother, my grandmother, and then that's very typical Italian. I'm very excited to see if you like it or not.
Fantastic. Look forward to it, Nancy.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I hope we
you.
get a glass of champagne with it.
Well, I do hope so.
It's a beautiful dish, it's a sweet dish, it's a cheesy, tangy dish. The mozzarella is going to melt. The tomatoes only needed heating through. The only thing she has to cook is that aubergine. As long as she gets that in the oven in time, that should be fine.
Cooking in a MasterChef kitchen, it's quite intimidating. But with this one, I do feel quite confident, even it's quite a difficult dish.
Celebs, you've got just 20 minutes. 20 minutes and the dinner party begins.
I don't throw dinner parties, no. I enjoy going out and eating with my mates more often, to be fair. And there's less washing up in it.
What are you making, Kay?
I'm doing some ribeye steaks with a side of mac and cheese and some barbecue sauce.
Any veg?
No.
Mate, that's a balanced meal, isn't it, Kay?
I eat healthily most of the time, so when I'm indulging, I just go full pelt.
You've gone serious, haven't you?
Quite competitive. I'm learning a lot, and I'm here to stay. I don't want to go home.
Kay's dish, an absolute crowd pleaser. But that rib of beef needs to be cooked really, really well. He doesn't render that fat properly. We've got tough beef, and it can have chewy bits of fat running through it.
Needs to be cooked at least medium. Otherwise, that fat will not melt.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll be fine.
You got 5 minutes, guys. All right, 5 minutes.
That's good, doesn't it?
Very good. So you're going to invite me over for dinner?
You have to play cards, though, afterwards and have a drink. That's what you have to do.
Okay,
at
well,
my
if I have a drink, I'm with you. Play cards? Yes, depends. I will play cards. Yes,
Okay.
I'm happy.
More liquid than I was expecting, but let's see.
Shaky hands. Look at that, shaking.
Time's up.
And that's me done.
Stop. Stop, please. Time's up.
It's done.
I've ended up with a soggy bottom, I think.
Might be a bit rare, but I like it rare, so I don't know if they like it that way.
Danny, come on, my friend.
Yeah. It's a long walk, innit?
Danny's dinner party dish is a pan-fried fillet of Wagyu beef topped with a chimichurri sauce on roasted crushed potatoes with charred cabbage.
That is beautiful presentation. Well done.
It's brilliant.
No way.
The chimichurri across the top is good because you've stayed honest to the real sauce. White pepper, vinegar, water, bits of herb running through it, and that's all you've done to dress the steak. Potatoes are lovely and crispy on the outside. It's really good.
That is a delicious bit of work there, chef.
Wow.
Love the charring on the cabbage, gives it a bit of bitterness. Beautifully cooked piece of beef. It is literally melting on the tongue. That's a good plate of food.
Oh, well done.
Thanks.
You've done amazing.
I just can't believe what just happened. I'm happy. Well, happy. Love that. Love that people enjoy my food.
Nancy, come on.
Ah, yes, coming.
Nancy has cooked aubergine parmigiana, fried aubergine slices layered with tomato sauce, mozzarella and Parmesan cheese, with fresh basil.
It tastes great. You've got the creaminess of the mozzarella, you've got the salty feel from the Parmesan cheese itself. But there are some strips of aubergine here that aren't cooked enough. They're still too hard.
I've never seen the aubergines coated in flour and then egg and then deep fried. It adds a real sort of smokiness to those aubergines. But we've got a bit of water coming out the bottom of this.
I realise.
And I think that comes from not cooking the tomato sauce down.
I feel a little bit disappointed with myself. I'm pleased the fact that they like the taste. It is what it is.
Paul, please, sir.
Paul has served salmon, cheese and spinach Wellington with honey-glazed carrots, broccoli and a hollandaise sauce.
It looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
The salmon inside is cooked beautifully. The idea of using that creamy cheese gives it seasoning. That works brilliantly well. That is a technically challenging dish, and it tastes great.
Your hollandaise is a triumph. It's got a nice bit of acidity to it, still buttery. The carrots are soft, a little bit of honey on the outside, which is lovely. There's a huge amount of work on here, and I think it tastes really good.
Cheers, thank you. I'm very proud of myself. Heart and soul went into that there. Well, it wasn't, it was heart and salmon.
You ready, Kay?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Kay's ribeye steak has been served with mac and cheese and a barbecue sauce.
I like the sweet sauce. It's more ketchup-y than it is barbecue-y. That's fine by me. Love the seasoning on your steak, but that ribeye needs more cookery. There is so much fat running through it, it needs to be medium to melt the fat.
Your seasoning's brilliant. Your mac and cheese, nice, a bit of English mustard running through it to make it nice and tangy, and the crispness of those breadcrumbs across the top is lovely. I think you've got a great palate, and I can see in your face you really care about it.
Yeah.
And good on you.
There were probably people at home shouting at the telly going, "You can't cook ribeye, bruh!" I'm not the finished article, so whatever they say, I'll listen to and I'll take on board.
Faye, come on, please.
Faye has made ginger and white chocolate New York City cookies, served with clotted cream ice cream.
I am loving the flavour of this. That white chocolate is making it very, very sweet. There is most certainly ginger there, but it's not overpowering. That is a lovely combination of flavours.
Your ice cream is delicious. Lovely and creamy from that clotted cream. Your biscuit, I love the flavour of it. It's like Jamaican ginger cake. And it's got that lovely, soft, squidgy texture to it. Very sweet for me, but appreciate all the work. I think your ice cream's great.
I kind of felt a bit more at ease. I kind of felt more like driving my own car rather than taking public transport. Absolutely smashing.
A brilliant round from our 5 celebs. As far as dinner party is concerned, it was great.
Well, can't do any better, that's it.
Hopefully I'm not going home.
Yeah.
I love you all, but rather you than me, innit?
Standout, I think, across all 3 rounds is Danny. Beautifully cooked beef, really nice chimichurri sauce, and I love the cabbage.
He loves his food, and it shows on the plate. I love the fact that Paul's pushing himself so much. We got a hollandaise sauce, perfectly made. A salmon Wellington with a lovely crust of pastry across the top. Salmon cooked beautifully inside. I mean, what's not to like?
I liked Faye's dessert. The flavours were good. Ginger, white chocolate, clotted cream. It was nice.
The ice cream I thought was delicious. It was a good dessert.
Nancy, in this round, cooked a dish that she knew very well. And I thought she got the flavours absolutely right.
But that sauce should have been cooked down so it wasn't watery. And the aubergines weren't quite cooked enough. Kay's steak may not have been cooked enough for you. However, his seasoning's very good. The mac and cheese was nice.
I think Kay's into it. I think he wants to learn, and he is willing to work hard.
No one wants to be the first one out. It's sad. It's like getting relegated for, like, halfway through the season, isn't it?
I'm enjoying myself. We'll be pleased to stay. At the same time, I mean, to face another challenge.
I'd feel upset now if I went home. I would put me through. Would you?
I'm having so much fun. The nerve-wracking reaction from John and Greg is becoming addictive.
Everyone in here is so strong. I'm going to stay positive and be like, no, I'm going to stay here till the next round to annoy everyone.
A fantastic standard. Thank you very much indeed. At the start of this, we said that 4 of you will be going through to the next round. Sadly, 1 of you is leaving us. The celebrity leaving us is Nancy. Love your heels, love your style. Thank you very much indeed, you're leaving us. Thank you.
The one part of me wanted to stay longer. Yes. From now on, my cooking will be even better.
Yay! Yes. I'm ecstatic. Yeah, I can't wait to go through to the next round, man. I'm happy, man. Time to roll up the sleeves, and I want to stay all the way, if I can.
I'm over the moon. It's not been easy, but enjoyable.
It's absolutely class, mate. Buzzing.
Oh, I'm going a lot further. But no, I'm not letting these boys take me. No way. I'm going to stay here to annoy them to the bitter end.
The ice cream queen.
Next time, the 4 celebrities are back.
This feels absolutely crazy.
And the pressure intensifies.
Why is this so stressful? No one told me it was going to be like this.
As they fight for a quarter-final place.
It's smelling good. You smell it?
The flavours on this plate are amazing.
This is such a glorious piece of work.